What's going on, good people? Back at it again. Uh, so this video, because I just did one. For this video, let's just discuss Miss ShaCarri. I think that's how you say her name, Miss ShaCarri Richardson, and the situation that she finds herself in. There has been a lot of talk on social media platforms, Facebook mainly, YouTube, all of those things about ShaCarri Richardson and her getting suspended. If you don't know who ShaCarri Richardson is, she's basically the explosive, phenomenal track and field star. That she just, I guess she recently qualified. I want to tell you the 100 meters. I think she had like a really quick 100-meter time. It was like 10.3 or 10.4 or something, but she's very fast. But anyway, she qualified for the Olympic Games, and I want to say before the actual qualification for the Olympic Games run, they drug tested her, and she tested positive for TCP, which is like a chemical found in marijuana. And so what the Olympic Committee did, they suspended her for 30 days, which technically she'll be back for the Olympics, but unless they like further her suspension or something like that, then she probably won't make it. But she basically won't get to run in her signature event unless there's some type of overturning of the process, and which in my personal opinion, I don't think they're going to overturn it. I think it's going to be one of those things to where it's just better luck next time. But anyway, there's a lot of chatter. There's been a lot of chatter on social media about the fact that she got suspended in the first place. A lot of people feel like, okay, well, Michael Phelps did it. And so they feel like it's just weed. It's not a performance enhancing drug, which all of those things are very much true. But it does not, in my opinion, change the facts of the case, which is they search for TCP and you get a punishment for smoking marijuana. And ShaCarri knew this before, and she did it anyway. Now, I don't smoke. I don't drink. I'm a man of the Most High. I really try my best. I get mad at myself when I drink too many sodas. But I really try my best to keep my temple clean. But I can't say that I don't understand sometimes why people would smoke marijuana. It's a very natural thing, and I'm not advocating for marijuana. I'm just saying some people have higher anxiety levels, so some people need something to kind of level them out. And some people smoke marijuana for that purpose. Now, you got a lot of people that just smoke weed just because they want to get high. But you got some people that smoke marijuana, or they take antidepressants or anti-anxiety pills or stuff like that to kind of balance them out. And ShaCarri, I don't know how close she was to her mother because, okay, she said the reason why she participated in smoking the marijuana is because, or she smoked marijuana is because she was dealing with losing her biological mom. I don't know how close she was with her mom. I can't tell you that those are just her words. She took full responsibility for smoking the weed. I don't see what the problem. I don't see why people are so upset, other than the fact that they're disappointed that she's not going to be in the Olympic Games. But here's the thing. We got to stop. For one, we got to stop trying to say because this person did it, there should be exception. Yes, Michael Phelps did get caught smoking marijuana, but Michael Phelps, whether most people realize this or not, for one, he got punished when it wasn't going on during the Olympics. Two, Michael Phelps served a 3-month suspension, so his suspension is actually less than what ShaCarri's is. Um, but all of that being said, you know, you have to understand that you can't care about a person's legacy more than they care about their own legacy. She's young. She made a young mistake. Hopefully she'll get a chance to rectify it, during the coming Olympics. I don't think that during the following Olympics, I don't think that the girl is going to fall off. She's a natural born star. She has natural born God given ability. So, but at the same time, we have to stop trying to make excuses about choices and decisions that we make when we know the rules. You get what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's bad. People, you should be upset, but you should be upset why there's not a better support system around her so that these type of things wouldn't happen to her. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, most of us come in the African American community come from poverty, and we do what we got to do to make it and all those things. And a lot of times when we get to a position to where we're not actually in danger, we're actually in the process of reaching or fulfilling our goals or prosperity, we reach back to those things that we had to do for a time, or we did for a time as a coping mechanism. We keep that survivor's mentality. We never adopt a thriving mentality. And a lot of us go wrong because we won't adopt that. And then when you have people that come along, this is another reason why people were so hard on Bill Cosby. Black folks were so pissed off with Bill Cosby. And I don't agree with it. I don't think that people should have been mad at Bill Cosby, as mad as Bill Cosby. When I got mature and look back, it's like, he's telling the truth. Is we don't like when people are telling us to be better, when we're saying, okay, now we require more, you have to be better. We can no longer continue to act in this manner. We have to evolve or we're going to die. Hold on for a second. Yeah. Hello? Hello? Yes, baby, sit here. I'm going to be home in about an hour. All right. Love you, wife. All right. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My wife, I got the car seat in the car. Sorry about that. Anywho, thank you. I've been waiting for your thoughts. I appreciate that, sis. I appreciate that. I don't know where I was when my wife called, but the fact of the matter is that no, we're not perfect, but not being perfect is no longer going to keep being an excuse. We have to do better, and we have to stop persecuting and demeaning people that are rising up within our community saying, let's be better. Okay, we've survived. People have tried everything in their power, the powers that be, to take us out, but we're still here. Now let's thrive. Let's let go of these things that are not going to be beneficial for us moving forward, and let's adopt, the things that were stripped from us, because we have access to them now. We just don't want to embrace them. And when it comes to this baby, because she's young, she's 20 years old, she's a baby. You know what I mean? When it comes to her, what happened with her is a failing on the overall community around her. Okay? Ultimately, she suffers. But we can't keep having these outrages about what the powers that may be, or the Olympic Committee and all these other things. I mean, I've seen all kind of celebrities go at them, T.I. and all that. It's not going to do any good, man. The rules are the rules, okay? We knew the rules. She knew the rules, and they got violated. So there's a punishment that comes with that. Now, when the rules change, there's a different conversation. But I personally feel, in my own personal feelings about it, is that it's not a performance enhancing drug. But I also understand that, there's a certain standard, and whether you agree with that or not, that's still the standard, period. And we can't keep just saying, okay, well, there should be an exception to the rule. No. And we got to quit looking at, we don't, listen, just to be frank, we don't have white privilege. And I'm not um anti, you shouldn't have to even say that, but there's a certain thing that we know as black people, that we have to work 2 times as harder. We're gonna have to work 3 times as this, 4 times as that, 5 times as this, just to even get a fair dance. We're gonna have to. You get what I'm saying? Um, everybody wants to, I'm not gonna go there this morning, but that's all it is. So we have to understand that no, it's not right, but this is the reality. And a lot of times we want to move as though we're in a situation of being ideal, not versus we're in a reality. You know, we're dealing in the military. They teach you situational awareness. Always be aware of your surroundings so you know how to move properly. We act like we don't know the reality of the situation that we're in America as black people. You know, um, and so all of these callings for, okay, they're going to overturn. Okay, what happens if they overturn it? Well, they're going to have to make the rules retroactively. What's going to happen if they overturn her suspension? Because newsflash, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it, because when you start doing that, you set a precedent for people to just keep violating the rules regardless. Because the Olympic Committee is not just for America; it's for the whole world. So if you overturn these things, you're going to set a precedence for people to keep violating the rules and then feel like there should be an exception to that. And I'm just happen to be the exception. Now let me get on ShaCarri Richardson. Let me talk about her, because this is a problem that faces a lot of us. There is, God has given each and every last one of us talents. It's a gift. All right. Some people are born naturally faster. Some people are born naturally stronger. You ain't have to do nothing. You just was born. Okay. Some people are more intelligent. Some people are, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, all of us are more creative. All of us have different talents that God gave us. Okay. Hers is that this girl can run like the wind blows, right? She's a deer. Okay. And that talent has taken her so far because she's at LSU, which is a prominent university in America. So that talent has taken her to a powerhouse in the SEC. Not only that, but that talent got her to a place to where she was on the world stage. She was becoming a U.S. Olympian. Okay. Now, with that being said, you have a responsibility to yourself. I definitely believe that the community, which that's a different topic, but I definitely believe that the community failed this young lady, and her immediate family failed her. But you have a responsibility to yourself. You're uh, one race away. You have one race, and all you got to do is go blow that sucker out the water. You're one race away for setting your entire family up for generations, where you're going to have endorsement deals. You're going to have millions of dollars pouring in. You're going to be a gold medalist. You're going to be world renowned. Picking up that joint wasn't worth it. If you really wanted to honor your mother, honor her by finishing the race. Okay, it wasn't over. I can't tell people how to grieve, but in the light of the circumstances that you knew what you had going on, and you had to sit and make a wise decision. Do I jeopardize my future? Because you have to know, if anybody worth their salt that has been in the military, you know that when you're doing anything that involves representing the United States government, they are going to drug test you. I've never smoked I've smoked weed in my life. I've never taken a drink in my life. I've never did any drugs. And I have went through so many drug tests just being in the military. It's not even funny. They will come get you out your bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, hey, let's go piss. And you know what that's all about. So it's about being aware of your situation and not failing your own self. Okay, we can claim that we're outraged, but no one can be more outraged than this girl herself, and she should be really upset with herself. So everybody can get mad and go off on the Olympic Committee. You could talk about white privilege. You could talk about all of these things, but the bottom line is this girl failed herself. That's what it boils down to. Okay, just play the game for a little bit longer, because, like I said, if you've been in the military, we understand playing the game. You're not going to hear what you like in the military. You're not going to see what you like in the military. You're going to have people talk to you in a way that you don't like in the military. But you have to stick in your mind, I got a goal. And we should always present ourselves and be like that. Now, I got some relatives that don't like the fact that I talk like this and I say these things, but that's just your emotions. I'm talking factual things. You have to better take care of your own self. We as people, as black men and black women, have to better take care of ourselves. We can no longer keep violating ourselves and look for someone else to give us mercy. Love yourself enough to not place yourself in that situation. I hope and pray that she can go and still compete and win a medal or something like that. But if she can't, ShaCarri has no one to blame but herself. And to her credit, she's taking the blame. We are just trying to put the accountability off of somebody else. No one else is accountable. Like I said, I don't know how close her mother. I pay attention to what people say. All right. I know people that have lost their mothers. I know people that have lost fathers. When they speak and they have a close relationship, they speak with a very intimate way of speaking, like, man, my mama, or man, that's intimate. Even it may not even sound like it to a lot of people, but that's an intimate way of speaking. That's saying we have a personal relationship. My mama, my mom Dukes, or my pops. When you say things like that, man, my mama. But when you say losing my biological mother, who talks like that? You talk like that when, yes, she's your mother by blood, but you don't actually have a close relationship with her. That's what I picked up on. Now, I could be wrong, but I would think she's just saying losing my mama because that's the relationship. Do you get what I'm saying? Maybe she was raised by her grandmother. Maybe she was raised by her aunts. I don't know. But all I know is this is something that she did to herself. This is something that she did to herself. I'm not celebrating it. I'm not. I think that you should always be able to achieve the highest goal that you can with the talents that you've been given. But at the same time, you have to be more accountable to yourself than anybody else on this planet. You got to understand also, and this is another thing I want to add before I go. Black women, listen, because a lot of black men have never had to deal with this. So let me just tell y'all something. Okay. You guys are up under a microscope. Y'all are under a microscope. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember Marion Jones, when Marion Jones took performance enhancing drugs. Okay. Ever since then, they're going to listen. It doesn't matter. They're going to heavily test African American women that are dominating in their sport. They're going to do it. All right. I'm pretty certain. I have never spoke with her. Don't know her personally, but I'm pretty certain that Simone Biles go through more testing than when most people realize, because she is the GOAT. Not only in my opinion, is Simone Biles the GOAT with females. I've never seen a male do the stuff that Simone Biles be doing. Simone Biles be jumping in the air like she's been bit by a radioactive spider. And it's just, this girl is amazing. She's amazing. She's so ahead of everybody else that it's not even close. I've been watching gymnastics because I can do gymnastics. So I've been watching gymnastics since I was a child, and I've never seen anybody be able to do the things that she's doing on the world stage. You got to understand that you're not Because like, because I got one of my partners in here. You guys got to understand that they really don't want you to be representing USA. Let me say this. If that could be a palm-colored woman, all right, that had those same gifts and talents, she would not be going up under that much intense scrutiny. It would not be happening. Okay? So you got to understand, you busting your butt to get to a position. Whether you had 2 eyes on you when you were at the high school level, when you get to the college level, you're going to have 8 eyes on you. And when you get to the world, the U.S. championships, you're going to have 32 eyes on you. And when you get to the world stage, you're going to have millions of eyes on you. And you're going to have people in committees and stuff waiting to see that you mess up because they really don't want you representing Team USA. All right. Y'all think they do because, as African American women, y'all get a lot of propaganda thrown your way by the government. It's not true. We as African American men, they don't give us that propaganda. So we deal with the reality all the time. But especially with young girls, y'all get propaganda thrown your way and you think it's true, but it's not. They still see you as second class. And they don't really want you representing them. So whenever one of us messes up, Marion Jones did this way back in the beginning of the 2000s, right? But she was getting older, so she felt like there was a lot of pressure. Man, please, they look. This girl served prison time. I just want you to understand that she served prison time. They found a loophole to be able to punish her. Okay, they stripped her of her medals. All right. Then, because they said she lied, she committed perjury. That's the loophole that they found because they put her under a sworn deposition. And if you lie doing anything under oath, that is perjury. So they found a way to punish. I think this girl did like 8 months to a year in prison for lying about the fact that she didn't take steroids. Right? She lied and said she didn't take steroids. That's what she did. And she had spent 8 months to a year in prison. So after that situation, no, they're not going to treat you like and just give you all this leeway. They're not. They're going to be looking at you with more intense scrutiny. You have to understand that. That's the reality of being of African descent in Western society. Whenever you accomplish something, you're going to become up under intense scrutiny. All you have to do, look, I just bought a Mercedes, and it's not lost on me that I bought a Mercedes, okay? And I'm saying it from that standpoint. It's not lost on me that I just bought a Mercedes, okay? So maybe in this area, the Clarksville area where I'm at, or this particular Tennessee area, I probably ain't gonna have to deal with police pulling me over, asking me, what do I do for a living? How am I able to afford this car? I don't exactly look like I'm almost 40 years old. So I'm probably not gonna have to deal with that. But I know, especially within a week or two, I'm supposed to go to Georgia, visit my father, all that. There's a high chance I'm gonna get pulled over. I already know it because it's not lost on me. I've had this car for a week. And I can tell you who has came up to me and said, nice car, how much did it cost? All that are older white men. You're not supposed to be able to get the things or be to a certain level. You're not supposed to. America hasn't changed that much. You guys just have to exercise situational awareness. And when you're on the world stage or in front of a national audience, that's why I can't watch the BET Awards. I promise you, I can't watch them. I can't watch the BET Awards. I ain't watched the BET Awards in years because that buffoonery that we put on display up there for the whole world, the entire world to see. I can't. I can't. I can't watch it. So, but yeah, um, she just, you know, you can't be naive. You can't be naive. You can't be ignorant to a fact of where you at and who you're representing. You can't. You can't. Just go back. If any of y'all got the Disney Plus, just watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know what I'm saying? And it will show you why. You know, it doesn't matter how qualified you are a lot of times. What matters is you don't fit the image. Okay? But anyway, like I said, bottom line is, man, ShaCarri did it to herself. And I wish her all the best. But I'm not going to sit here and act like, you know, um, um, that, you know, I'm going to be outraged because I know the stakes. I know the stakes. You know what I'm saying? And America loves to support us when we're winning things for them. But as soon as we mess up, America will tear us down without a shadow of a doubt. But anyway, that's all. I'm going to bring this video to an end. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thanks for all the likes. Love you guys, man. And shalom.